Hello my beautiful fragrance family, Dustin here, fragrance fan. Go ahead and do me a solid and click that like, comment, and subscribe, and don't forget to hit that bell notification. And I'm just going to keep on giving you guys these budget friendly fragrance reviews, that $40-ish and under dollar range. Most of these are way less than that, and a good number of these you can find at your local rack stores. And the one I have today I've seen at my local Ross and TJ Maxx multiple times, just never scooped it up. $16.99 for this 50 ml I found at Ross the other day, and I'm talking about Kenneth Cole's Mankind Hero. Looks pretty much identical to the original Mankind, except obviously the color scheme. Favorite average fragrance, by the way, with the juice level. I enjoy wearing it, even though it's not mind-blowing. So sometimes a mind-blowing fragrance, or a fragrance that's not mind-blowing, can still be enjoyable. So this is obviously a fingerprint magnet, and it looks like it's completely black, like you can't see through it, but trust me when I say if you hold it up to the light, you can see the juice level through this quite clearly. And so about the presentation, this is like pleather band around there for decoration, and you got pleather around the atomizer cap. The cap clicks really nice into place, just like the original. Real satisfying, snug fit. And the atomizer itself is struggling. It doesn't do a whole lot, but it does enough to get the job done. And it's not about the atomizer or the presentation, as I say all the time. It's about the juice inside. And when you first get a whiff of this thing, it's gonna be sweet, somewhat spicy, and have hints of freshness. You'll get, like, in the notes there's plumwood, and I think that a lot of that sweetness is coming from there because it is reminiscent of like real sweet plum. The freshness isn't apparent unless you're kind of looking for it almost, but it is there, giving this thing a little bit of vibrance. There's lavender in here. There's a good dose of warm spiciness. There's a good dose of like a peppery kind of a feel in this. A little bit of creaminess as well. It's really reminiscent to, in my opinion, like a mix between Mont Blanc's Star Walker Extreme and Guess 1981 Los Angeles. It's like those two made a baby, and this is what came out. I really enjoy Mont Blanc Star Walker Extreme. I really enjoy Guess 1981 Los Angeles. And I really enjoy this thing. I've been really having a good time wearing this thing. It's not the, see what I mean? The thing's a fingerprint magnet. See if I can get that a little bit better for y'all. Here we go. Yeah, it doesn't project a whole lot. It's just under average as far as projection, but it will stay that under average, like, you know, good 2 foot little bubble, 1.5 or 2 foot bubble for a significant amount of time. It'll stay there for 3 or 4 hours from what I'm able to tell myself, you know. It seems like it's radiating about that far off for about 3 or 4 hours and comes reeling back in, but it hangs on for like 6.5 hours. It doesn't just dissipate. It doesn't disappear. It's a soft fragrance, sweet fragrance, better for the cool weather and the evening, but it hangs on for a long time, even though it's not a loud projecting fragrance, which makes this an extremely office-friendly, compliment style DNA, sweet, gourmande, kind of creamy type of a fragrance. Overall, I will give this I'll give it a 6.5 out of 10. I could bump this up to a 7. You know what, as a matter of fact, yeah, the projection isn't that far. The longevity kind of equalizes out. So yeah, it's a 6.5. I'll keep it at a 6.5. It's really nice. I wouldn't say you have to have this thing, but it'd be a nice addition to your collection, 100%. It's not going to be too redundant to anything. Even though it shares similarities with other fragrances, it's still unique in its own way. Again, sweet, creamy, fresh, spicy, a little bit gourmande, nice, smooth fragrance. This is very smooth. It's not real natural notes. It is on the synthetic side, but it's still smooth. There's no real roughness around the edges, if that makes any sense. And it's not going to be offensive to anybody. If you like sweet fragrances, if you like fall fragrances, winter fragrances, or something that you want to wear that is still in that kind of a vein of being a cool weather fragrance, but you work in like a climate controlled environment, this this is a great option for that because it's soft enough so that when you walk outside, like if you live in Florida and it's like 1,000,000 degrees, the second you're wearing a winter fragrance and you walk outside of the office, it's like almost cloying immediately. This one's not going to do that because it does have a hint of freshness in there as well. So it doesn't have to be the coolest weather. It can be like probably in the low 80s, like 81, 82, and this would still be okay, especially on like a cloudy day. This would still be okay. It's not going to be too offensive. So yeah, it's a pretty good smelling fragrance. In fact, it's a good smelling fragrance, a really good smelling fragrance. And I would say any age range, a little bit more youthful because it's on that sweeter, more playful side. It's not a serious fragrance, but it works pretty much day, night, and anything 82 degrees and under, in my opinion. So yeah, good little pickup. Glad I picked it up. I'm going to keep on reaching for this thing and keep wearing it because I enjoy the way it smells. So again, if you like a sweet, creamy, somewhat spicy, smooth, soft, a little bit of freshness kind of a fragrance, then check this one out. Especially if you like Guess 1981 Los Angeles, Versace Eros, that kind of thing. It's right up your alley. So that's my final thoughts on Kenneth Cole Mankind Hero. With that, I'm out. Y'all be blessed. Take care of yourself always, and until next time.